The first day of group play for the UEFA Champions League is in the books, and our soccer experts, Paolo de Feld and Alex Sherron, are here to break down the action. Now, guys, I'm going to start simple on this one. Which team impressed you guys the most so far?
It's got to be Malaga from Spain. They had a really tough offseason this year with their owner kind of wanting to back down, sell the team. They let go Santi Cazorla to Arsenal, which is a big part of their team. They let a bunch of other players go. And suddenly, they're playing really good in La Liga, and they won 3-0 with 20-year-old Isco scoring two goals. It's like ridiculous.
Paolo, you're absolutely right. Malaga's doing great, especially with all the controversy that's come up from their Arabic owner, all these Arabic owners causing all the controversies in the league with Man City, with Paris Saint-Germain. But the team that impressed me, it's more of a player that impressed me. You got to look to the defending champs. You got to look at Chelsea and Oscar. Look at how he did against Juventus. Look at how he did against Buffon, one of the greatest keepers in the league right now. That goal that he had where he just whipped his body around, it goes top right, fantastic. Very impressive for the 21-year-old.
I give him 100 balls, and he can only score one. That's like a one-time.
He scored two.
I know, but that's like a one-time-in-a-lifetime shot. It's never going to happen.
You know what? Both were very impressive. A little bit of a rough start for them defending their title, Chelsea. So we're going to have to see how they do later on. Now, moving on to the group phase, which teams do you guys see having a little trouble in the group phase?
For me, it's got to be Man City, the English Premier League champion. They had a wonderful storybook ending to their year last year, taking title away from Man U at the last second. Everyone saw that game. It was first on SportsCenter. But they worry me. I realize their first game was against Real Madrid. You can't expect too much from them. But that breakdown in the end, Joe Hart, he's an English goalkeeper. We know how they do.
You can't blame it on him. It was Vincent Kompany. If he hadn't ducked his head, I mean, any defender goes, heads it out.
How have English goalkeepers done in the past? Horribly.
Yeah, it's true.
They are not good. Joe Hart will have a lapse.
Continue on this English thing. I'm going to go with, you were saying, Chelsea. I don't think they go up 2-0 against Juventus. They have everything going for them, and then they go back to 2-2. Drogba's not there, which I think is the only reason why they won last year. That guy did everything for them. Defend. He could have played goalie for them if he wanted to. Wow. And so, like, Terry's not the same guy he used to be. I don't think they can do it again.
It's going to be hard, but they did get that 1 point from Juventus. It's not going to be impossible for them.
Man City is in a tough group. Losing the first match for them is not going to be easy to come back from. But let's go to the other side of this. Expectations for most of those teams we mentioned so far have been high. But which team do you think is going to exceed their expectations?
I'm going to go with a team that probably no one has ever heard of in their life. CFR Cluj from Romania. Okay? These guys are, granted they're not in the toughest group. They're paired with Manchester United, Braga, and Galatasaray. They got their first victory, which is a very important step. They've only won 2 games in the last 2 years that they've played this competition. So if they continue playing the way they did, I'm sure they can surprise everyone and get out of that group.
Yeah, you're right, Paolo. Cluj is going to have a good time if they do get out of this group. But unfortunately, it's not the best group in the world, which is why they have a chance. My team, they're a little bit more well-known. At least they should be. Borussia Dortmund from Germany. They're actually the Bundesliga champions, which a lot of people might say, why is that exceeding expectations? Yeah. They don't have an international reputation. When you think of Germany, you think of Bayern Munich. This team has had their trouble in the past. It's been more than 10 years since they've been champions of the Champions League. But just watching these German players play together with Götze leading them on the field, it's really good to see the German teams play together because they play with such passion and they know each other so well.
Second game of group play is going to be on October 1st and 2nd. We're going to have to look and see if these two teams really do exceed expectations like you guys said. Time for us to step away once again, but when we come back, Kurt and I discuss who we think the biggest traders in sports history have been. Stay tuned.